and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name. When last year I spent more money on filmmaking than buying from one side of the world to the other than you did. You took the truth, the relevant, Diamond League, get deal, real deal, living deal, get flag, son of a gun. Flag, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding down this guy.
Hey yo, it's that time in the show when we like to take a little survey. So is there anybody here that came to see that red hot black and white express? Survey says one more for the good guys.
Welcome to Fantasy Kingdom. I'm your host Mikey, and as always, riding shotgun. Howie, what's going on, brother?
Not too much.
So we're moving into week 11. You know, it was a rough week last week for some fantasy players and fantasy owners. Also, Thursday night football just happened, and some devastating injuries. You know, as we look at it. So let's hit on the injuries from Thursday night, and then we'll go through our studs and duds, and then get into this week's stuff. Thursday night. Started off right off the top. You know, I think it was the first drive. We saw Mark Andrews go down.
Yeah.
Broken fibula or something like that, and down towards the bottom of his leg, and you know, out for the season.
And he was rolling when he went out too. He'd already gotten like 4 points in fantasy, and in like the first couple plays, and then boom, he's done. And
that not only is that a fantasy impact, but that's a NFL impact, as that's their number one receiving threat. You know, for a team that has Super Bowl aspirations.
That's like Kelsey going down from a home.
Yeah.
Really is. I mean, Warner has gotten to the point now where he is definitely, you know, the weapon on that team.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The positive piece for them is they have Isaiah Likely, who's stepped in for him before. Yeah. So he'll probably be the guy.
Because he's been down for a while, a couple times.
Yeah. So you won't see it from, like, he won't take all of his snaps, as Isaiah Likely is more of a receiving threat than blocking threat.
Right.
So you'll see Ricard, their former fullback, probably go in, play a little bit more tight end, and run situations. You'll see Likely as more of the pass catcher. So they'll split it up a little bit there. They also had OBJ banged up.
Yeah.
In that game, which isn't real great for that, you know, that receiving core. As they lose Andrews and they lose OBJ, that leaves them down to Bateman and Flowers.
Yeah. Well, you know, of course, this time of year, everybody's hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
So as long as you're in, you know, that's all right. And so I don't know how banged up, you know, Odell is, but he's the kind of guy who he's not gonna, you know, if he can play, he'll play.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out, because he was playing really well until he got hurt too.
Right. And Flowers, I think he has some legal issues.
Does he?
I could have sworn he got picked up for something this week. You know,
I did not see that.
It was a spat between boyfriend and girlfriend or something like that.
Oh, I did not see that. Okay,
those things can get ugly.
Yeah, they can. So it'll be interesting to see what it looks like for the Ravens. Scott coming in. Start Josh Allen 4 TD day. It'll be epic. Listen.
I'll put that in my chili pepper challenge if you want.
Do not put Josh Allen in any of your chili pepper challenges anymore, you jackass. We got another one that comes in from Evan. Just lost Burrow. Got an offer to receive Josh Allen and Nico Collins for Jordan Love and CD. Who's your backup? Who's your backup quarterback? Because honestly, it's basically Josh Allen for CD, and I might do that deal if I don't have a quarterback.
When Nico's in, he's scoring.
Yeah.
I think I like it. I don't know. I mean, Scott says no way, but
No, he said no way to the chili pepper.
Oh,
Yeah. I would accept if you don't have a backup quarterback and your receiving core can weather the not having CD there. So if you have another really good wide receiver that could be a wide receiver one, Josh Allen could be the difference in a fantasy championship and not.
well, he hasn't done a whole lot for the team, but fantasy wise, he's doing fine.
Yeah,
And,
he hasn't been a whole lot for the team. He's leading the league in touchdowns, dude.
Right. Well, I'm saying the team might not be doing that well.
Yeah, the team's not doing that well.
But fantasy wise, you're still playing your Bills.
Yeah, they're actually better in fantasy than they are in real life right now.
Yeah.
Jordan's your backup quarterback, but who's your backup wide receiver? Because I'll tell you right now, if you have a chance to get Josh Allen, I have a feeling the rest of the way you're gonna see the Josh Allen who's gonna take off and run more as their new offensive coordinator. Looks like they're trying to go back. Sean McDermott has talked about needing to see the old Josh Allen, and he's been the one who's saying that he doesn't want Josh to run. So if he's saying it now, I have a feeling they're going to unleash him.
I'm thinking their whole running game should get kicked up now. Play the run and then stab them with good old shots. Downfield. Mm-hmm. Up till now, they haven't had any kind of rhythm.
Okay, so he has Ridley, D-Hop, and Gabe Davis. So his wide receivers would take a hit, but I don't make the deal. My quarterback's run. Listen, you make the deal. You take Josh Allen. You still have Ridley, Davis, and Ridley, D-Hop, and Davis.
And
you take the gamble.
And you get the stack.
Yeah, and you get the stack with Davis. So I would make the deal, Evan, but that's just me. You got to go with your gut. Josh Allen's the top fantasy scoring player this year right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard not to go with that guy. Justin comes in and says Kittle or Kincaid. I'm running actually both of them right now, Justin. I'm running Kincaid as my flex, and I'm running Kittle as my tight end. Yeah. But if I had to choose one or the other, I'm probably going Kincaid. Kittle has a very low floor, but a very high ceiling. Kincaid's just
Kincaid gives you stable points.
Yeah.
He's not gonna. He hasn't blown out anything. But he hasn't had any really terrible weeks either. Whereas Kittle is either not there or he's scoring 3 touchdowns. Yep. So if you did the math for the season, Kittle probably come out a little bit ahead, but you don't know which Kittle you're going to get game to game. Kincaid, you got a nice stable kid who catches the ball and is big, and I think he's going to be more prevalent now with the new offense.
Mm-hmm. I would run Kincaid this week. I also think Kincaid's a mismatch for those linebackers for the Jets, and I think he should be target 1 versus rather than the outside guys. Yeah. But that's my take. You got to go with your gut because every time and the reason why I started stacking them is because every time I sat Kittle, he went off. So I started playing them both. I'm playing them both.
That's the curse of fantasy football. When you've got 2 good guys, who do you play?
Yeah. Tommy comes in and says Allen's also been looking for him in the end zone. Yeah, you're going to see more and more of that too. T-Money comes in and says 8-man PPR, 2 flex, Burrow, Eckler, Jay Williams, Chase, Waddle, Kels, Puka, Debo. Bench is Dobbs, Fields, McBride, Connors, Rice, Lions defense. Okay. And then he says, just lost Burrow. Do I trade Kels for Josh Allen? And Kincaid. Ooh. And let's go back.
Just Kelsey for those 2?
If you could trade Kelsey and get both of them, I would do it. 1 is you get the best fantasy quarterback. 2, Kincaid's not that far off of Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce has not been the Travis Kelce of previous years.
And you get a sweet stack there.
Yeah. So if you can make that deal and get both of those guys for Travis Kelce, I would make the deal.
Yeah.
Mahomes or Hal. Ooh, that's a great.
I'll tell you what, this week against the Eagles, I think Hal. I mean,
against the Giants,
he's going to feast on the Giants.
Also, Sam Howell is one of those guys. Is the old Matt Stafford of when he was in the Lions years, to where the team may not be the best, but the dude's always throwing the ball.
Right. Well, he has to.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's that's one of the key things people forget about fantasy football. Get that guy who's always got to be throwing because he's always behind.
Mhm.
And plus he's the number one right now in passing yards.
Yeah, I
How
think he's
long is
number.
it?
Yeah, I think he's number one right now in passing yards.
Luckily you don't get dinged for sacks. As the quarterback. Otherwise, he'd be in big trouble. But when he gets sacked, he doesn't let go of the ball that often. He doesn't turn it over that much. So this week anyway, because of their matchups, I got to go with Howell on that one. And I'm a homer, but
Yeah,
you know,
as a non-homer, non-biased person, if it was a real football game, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes, 100 times out of 100 times.
yeah,
In
it's just the way.
a fantasy update with matchup specific, I'm going Sam Howell all day, and with that
Sure.
one, it's hard not to. Yeah, the Giants matchup is invited. It is. Also, he just throws the ball so much there.
Yeah.
He's always throwing.
Well, he's got plenty of people to throw him to,
Yeah.
and he's got a good running back and good running game to back it up. So they can't just stuff the box for the running game, and they got to play honest. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Against him, and yeah,
That's a good one. TJ Hawkinson's fantastic. My only concern with TJ Hawkinson is he's battling through a lot of injuries right now because I have him. I have him and Kincaid. And is Josh Jobs gonna, disappear? Like he's been fantastic since he's walked through the door there, but is he gonna disappear? If you can make that trade and you get Kincaid, would you package Howie? Would you package Kincaid and Connors for TJ Hawkinson? I don't know if I would.
I mean, I'd have to know who else you got at running back.
Yep, there you go, right here.
Did you tell me?
Yep, right here. He has Eckler, Jay Williams.
Oh, let's see. What a trade? Yeah, I think that's a good trade.
You package Connor and Kincaid for Hawkinson.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know how bad off the other guy is, but if Connor's a sweetener, that guy's already in big trouble. He's probably lower down in the league, and he's willing to, I think you're getting a good deal there.
Okay.
If I was trading TJ, I'd want a little more, and I'd want maybe a draft pick.
Well, it depends if it's redraft.
It depends if you can do that.
Well, yeah, if it's a redraft league, there is no draft picks.
But I'm trying to cover all the leagues at once.
Yeah.
All the types of leagues. In one league, just a regular straight up league.
Mm-hmm.
It depends if he's struggling. And I the whole Connor thing, doesn't hurt you.
Yeah,
certainly doesn't hurt you.
If you had Connor and
redraft,
if they offered you Hawkinson for Connor and Kincaid, would you do it? Straight up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a redraft.
He's in a redraft. So if you can do it, hey, more power to you. You lose the stack of Kincaid and Allen from
Yeah, but you gain a lot from. I mean, Allen's going to be getting those points anyway. Whoever he throws them to. But Hawkinson's going to get more points than Kincaid.
And do you run? Because I gotta go find him real quick because I think he also has Travis Kelce. He does have Kelce too. Do you run two tight ends? Because then you would need to run two tight ends for that to truly work
in a flex league. Let's see. He said he's got who are all his running backs? Because I mean,
just right here. Here's his team. It's on the screen. So it's Eckler, Williams, Chase, Waddle, Kelce, Puka, Debo. His bench, he has Dobbs, Field, McBride, Connor, Rashee Rice, and the Lions defense.
I lost him somewhere in there. But okay.
So, if you're going to run them both, then yes, I would do it.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one from Jackson. Full PPR start 3. DK Metcalf, Javonte Williams, Ty Chandler, DJ Moore, Puka, Hollywood, and Trey McBride. You have to start 3. I'm going DK because you always start DK. That's just who you start. And who is the Broncos playing this week? The Broncos are playing the Vikings. I'm going DK, Javonte. And I might go Trey McBride. That guy's been lighting it up over the last 3 weeks since he went in the starting lineup. Howie, who are you looking for here? DK, Javonte, Ty Chandler, DJ Moore, Puka, Hollywood Brown, or Trey McBride. You have to start 3.
Well, I've lost the comment section, so
That's fine. I put it up on the screen if you can see it. If you can't, okay. Listen, I'm going to tell you who it is. DK, Javonte, Ty Chandler, DJ Moore, Puka.
I've got you on full screen now, so I can see it. So start 3 of this group, right?
Yep.
All right. It apparently doesn't matter whether it's a tight end or not. I like DK this weekend. I like Puka. And boy, I mean, Trey McBride probably give you the best points, but I wish I knew which fields we were going to get, because DJ is very tempting.
You stay away from Javonte Williams, who's been heating up.
No, that's the tough part about this lineup here. But you've got LA going into Seattle. They beat him the first game of the season, and Stafford's back.
But he's still banged up. He's not 100%.
Okay.
That's a thumb on his throwing hand. That's a big deal.
Okay, so maybe I just go Metcalf, Javonte, and
I went McBride.
Yeah, I know you did, and I want to. I also want to give people a choice, but you don't know about how Fields is going to do. I do like Ty Chandler. He's kind of a dark horse. Not really sure what he's going to do, but he's basically going to be the number 1 there for a while.
DJ has the highest ceiling of all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Metcalf, Javonte, and DJ.
Okay, I could get behind that, because
I'm starting DJ in one of my leagues this week anyway. So
the Bears got the Lions too, so they're gonna have to be throwing the ball to catch up.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Chris comes in and says lineup is Lamar, Swift, Aaron Jones, Puka, Hollywood, Laporta, and Deontay. Should I trade Lamar plus Dante for Jalen Warren for Pittman and Pacheco, then Laporta for Thielen? No. You're not going to trade Lamar, Dante, and Jalen Warren for Pittman and Pacheco? Absolutely not. You're losing out badly there. Pacheco's in a 3-way, timeshare.
And he's a little banged up.
Pittman isn't nearly the receiver that Deontay is. You're losing there bad. Now, Laporta for Thielen straight up? No. Laporta's is one of the best young tight ends in football. I like Thielen, but he's so dependent on what Bryce Young's going to do week to week, and for a young quarterback. So I think you're losing out there. If you're the one that has Lamar, you have Lamar. I wouldn't do that.
No, Pittman.
I get what you're trying to do because you have running backs, but I think Deontay's better than Pittman.
Yeah. Up to this point.
Yeah.
And you can't really lose Laporta. I mean, Pittman. No. I was thinking Pitts, which is even worse. Yeah.
Scott says, should I drink heavily for the Bills game, or will it not be for? Yeah, you should drink heavily for the Bills game, brother. It's the Jets too. Like, even when the Bills were running good, the Jets still limit us.
I could help you guys out. I could for my chili pepper challenge, I could say the Jets are going to get 3 turnovers.
But you won't do that.
But then if they do, I'll have people hunting me.
Just keep the Bills out your chili pepper challenge. All right.
Keep the Bills out your mouth.
Yeah, keep the Bills out your mouth. Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
That's what I was getting for.
Okay, another one comes in from George. Need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Waddle, Dell, Warren, Deontay, and JSN. JSN's starting to come on now. I would probably go Waddle and Dell as my wide receivers, and then probably Warren as my flex. Warren is now the RB1.
Yeah,
They've announced it. Deontay is hit and miss. JSN's hit and miss. So I'm probably going Waddle, Dell, and Warren. Howie?
Let's see. Warren is playing.
Oh, it's non PPR, just so you know. I'm definitely playing Warren with non PPR.
Who are they playing? Cleveland?
Who? Waddle?
No, Warren.
Yeah, I think they're going
They're
Cleveland.
playing Cleveland.
Oh, that's a rough defense.
No PPR. No PPR. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm probably going
I mean,
Waddle, Dell, JSN then.
Yeah, if you're going to take a chance, go with JSN.
I didn't realize they were playing Cleveland. That's one of the best defenses in football. I'm probably going Waddle, Dell, JSN.
And Warren's big value is in catching passes.
Yep. Yep. So, okay. So would you do the same thing? Waddle, Warren, and JSN?
Yeah.
Okay. Another one that's come in from Tommy or T-Money. 10-man PPR, 2 flex. Lamar, JT, Gibbs, St. Brown, Olave, Laporta, DJ, Tank.
Bench.
Boyd. Yep. I think he's just telling us who his normal starters are.
Mm-hmm.
Boyd, Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, Dobbs, Dow's the defense. Any moves before the deadline?
Boyd, trade Boyd if you can.
Yeah. Yep. I'd try to get off Boyd. I try to get off Sutton too. If you can get anything for Sutton, I'd look to get off of him. He's hit and miss, and the weather's going to start turning, and they struggle and when it's perfect weather, let alone when it's nasty weather.
And you've got Lamar. If you can get somebody good for Dobbs right now, he's hot.
Yeah.
He's probably at the top of his value if you're going to get a trade for him this year. You know, so I'd look at getting rid of Boyd, Sutton, see what you can get for Dobbs because there's a lot of hurt quarterbacks out there right now. I mean, he's good to have as your backup, but we're moving into the last 4 weeks of regular season for fantasy. So trim your team and get the best deal you can. If it doesn't enhance your team, don't even bother with it.
Yep.
You know, I know Olave's on a bye this week.
You know, you have St. Brown and Olave, which is great receivers to have.
That's who I've got. Them.
You have DJ.
I got DJ too.
Yeah, you got all 3 of them.
Yeah.
You know, love the JT and Gibbs move. Man, I mean, I would take some of your bench guys to try to package them to get one really elite guy.
Right.
Maybe another running back. You know, maybe try to go get another running back somewhere.
Yeah, because JT's a little hot and cold.
Yep.
So
Gibbs is splitting time with Montgomery.
Yeah. Yeah. See if you can package all those guys.
Yeah, just a couple of those guys. Maybe take Dobbs and Sutton or Dobbs and Flowers and see if you can flip that into a decent running back.
Yeah.
You know, so just an idea.
Yeah. Cool.
He also comes in and says, I just traded JT and Dell for Eckler. Did I win? Depending on what your JT for Eckler is an upgrade. Depending on where Dell fits in your wide receiver core.
I don't think JT for Eckler is. I mean, if you're getting Eckler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? It depends on how many other receivers you got. But I think that's a good trade.
I like it.
It's
Dell is really good.
You didn't screw the guy, and he didn't screw you, but you got a good running back. You got the best. You got the best one right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, of course you do. He's on your team.
Well, yeah,
of course, Homer. He's the top 2 fantasy running back. You can't go wrong there trading for him.
And he catches balls. So if you're in PPR, I mean, Eckler's still good as a pure runner.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in PPR, that's good for another 8-10 points a game.
I like it, Tommy. Team Money. You've done well. Tony comes in and says 2 QB league, full PPR. Start 2, Allen, Fields, Murray, and Stafford. I'm really not sure about Allen against the Jets defense. I lean sit. There's also the ominous shoulder injury. Yeah. Knowing you have 4, but Allen's the best guy there, even against the Jets. So Howie, who you going here?
Arizona's playing Houston. Boy, I wish I knew what fields you were going to get,
Right?
because Detroit can be thrown on, obviously.
Yeah.
If I go to,
I'm
I would go myself. I would go Allen and Fields. Yeah, Stafford's still a little dinged up. Murray, I'm just not. I think he's going to be. He's one of the guys I would say, if you don't have a quarterback, go out and pick him up this week. But uh, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with, because I am banking on Fields to just you know throw a bunch to Komet and DJ, and I don't know how the running game is going to react to that. It'll help a lot with him there, but is he gonna run as much as he used to, or is he going to protect his thumb?
so I'm probably if I'm making the choices here, I'm probably going Allen, even though it's against the Jets defense. I'm probably going Allen and Stafford. Murray and Fields are just too much of question marks for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Murray's the second game back. He's going against the Texans, who just made Joe Burrow look bad, and he's on the road when doing that. And with Fields, you just don't know what you're going to get after sitting for multiple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably go Allen and Stafford, and then I'd take my chances. That's just me.
Well, Stafford's got a whole lot of weapons, so yeah.
Trade Chase with Dell or Waddle for Kupp or Diggs or Keenan Allen. If you're trading Chase, for me, it'd either be Kupp or Diggs. Howie, which of those three would you trade Chase and Waddle for?
Allen. Allen. He's the go-to guy there, and like Diggs is the go-to guy in Buffalo, but they've been having their troubles.
So
Kupp is reliable as hell,
yeah.
but it's Stafford. So if you're talking about the hookup, I think your best guy there is Keenan, and with Williams out and somebody else was dinged up there. One of the others, Palmer's a little dinged up.
Palmer's done.
He's done. So you got Allen, you got Eckler, you got the tight ends, and you got
Johnston, the rookie,
Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
So, but I'm Keenan's going to be the guy until he gets hurt.
Yeah, I'm not a Keenan guy. I don't trust the Chargers either at all.
I don't trust him to win, but I trust him to put points up on the board.
I don't trust him for that either at times. I would either go. Well, of course you do. You have a bunch of Chargers on your team. I would go either Kupp or Diggs personally. That's just me, and go with whatever one you feel the most comfortable with.
Now, truth be known, how many of those guys you got on your team?
Waddle, I have two.
Kupp, and Diggs. Don't you have Waddle?
Yeah, I do have Waddle, Kupp, and Diggs. But just from a fantasy perspective, Kupp and Diggs are, I think, outrank Keenan in my book. But that's just
two of them, yeah. But I mean, 1-on-1, you can't go wrong with any one of them.
Yeah.
And Chase, he's going to be hobbled. I don't care how good he is or who they bring in. He's going to be hobbled. So you get what you can for him. Or could I try Chase and Kincaid for Kelsey?
If it was old Kelsey, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
But it's not. He hasn't been that guy this year.
Yeah, they're still going to throw to Chase. Kincaid's going to be stable for the rest of the season. Kelsey's, they tell boxers not to have sex before a game, and I think Kelsey's brain is somewhere else. And I can't blame the guy.
Right.
He's already got Super Bowl rings. Now he's
enjoy his personal life.
He's got his cake and he's eating it too.
Williams or Singletary this week? I'm guessing you're saying Javonte. Singletary's going against the Cardinals. Javonte is going against the Vikings. God, I want to so badly say Singletary, but I think it's Javonte. Javonte's just the steady hand in Denver. I want to say Singletary because I love the kid.
If you want to roll the dice, go with Singletary.
Yeah.
The problem is he had a really good last couple of weeks, but before then, his nickname was Single Digit.
So pick 3, full PPR: Kincaid, Laporta, McBride, Scary Terry, Rice. Pick 3. I'm going Laporta, Kincaid, and Scary Terry.
I'm going with Laporta, Scary Terry, and Rice.
You really? You're going with Rice?
Yeah, I think he might be overlooked, and he's going to get like a couple. I don't think he's going to get a lot of catches, but I think he'll get a touchdown and a couple, 30, 40 yarders. Just guessing.
All right.
I mean, McBride's still got to go against Houston, so.
I could also do that trade to money. Okay, back to my 8-man team. He wants to do Kels plus Puka or Debo for Allen and Kincaid, but then I'll have a hole in my flex. I would not trade. Let's do Kels with Puka.
I wouldn't trade away the Allen Kincaid stack. They're still.
I think this is for Josh Allen and Kincaid, but I wouldn't trade Josh Allen away.
Like we've been saying, Kincaid's got a really stable floor, and he could get a big game, but he's going to get you points anyway. Right? Mm-hmm. Plus, he's basically Allen's favorite right now. I wouldn't trade those two away.
I wouldn't either. 12-man, full PPR. Josh Allen, Bijan, Swift, Ramondre, Warren, CeeDee Lamb, Rice, Downs, Ridley, London, Palmer on IR, Kincaid, McBride. What do you think of the team? I'm 7-3. I think you have a good team.
Yeah, I think you're a little weak in your running game because Bijan hasn't really done his thing. Swift's your bright spot. All your other guys are basically they're stable, but they're not. But Bijan, boy, if he ever cuts loose and they ever use him right, he'd be great.
Yeah.
The fact that you're 7-3 means you're mixing it up nice.
Yep.
CD scoring you lots of points.
He has a lot of
Ridley's not doing anything for you.
London's been getting better as the year goes on.
Right.
Especially with the switch to Heineke. I think it's going to continue.
Palmer's hurt.
Love Kincaid. Love McBride.
Yeah.
I think you got a good team. Play the matchups. That's all. That's the only thing I can tell you. Play the matchups. Because you got a good mix.
Yeah, and in a 12 team,
I'm getting the Allen side. Okay, so Team Money's getting the Allen side of that trade. So he would be trading Kelsey and Puka or Debo for Allen and Kincaid. I would make the deal.
I would.
Yep. Who would you add, Debo or Puka? I'd probably add Puka. I'd try to go Kelsey and Puka for Allen.
Yeah. If I was the guy getting rid of, Kelsey and Puka or Debo, if I could keep one of them, I would want to keep Debo because he's a real weapon.
But I don't think it matters if Debo is a deal breaker. You add Debo in the trade. Getting Allen Kincaid, that stack is what I would be looking to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Hunter comes in, should trade Chase for Olave and Lockett, need some wide receiver depth. I wouldn't do that deal.
Boy,
I love Olave.
But they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got all the potential in the world, and they're just, if Taysom Hill wasn't there,
mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got several good wide receivers, but Taysom is like
takes so much of it.
He's like a release valve. Every now and then, there go points.
Yeah.
And very few people use him. So, and Olave, they just, they
doesn't get in the end zone as much.
Well, and they're throwing the long ball to Rashid. What's her name?
Raheed
Rashid.
Yeah, Raheed Rashid.
Double R.
Yeah.
They're throwing their long ones to him. Thomas has been hurting. I mean, Olave is due. He just got a touchdown last week, and Chase.
But would you give up Chase for those two guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, now since he needs depth, because Lockett's a nice little nugget right there.
All right.
And everybody's like, you want to get rid of Chase? Well, who the hell you got throwing to him?
Even with him, he still got a touchdown with the backup last week.
Right. But it's not going to be like it was with Burrow.
Don't hate on the local kid Browning.
Oh, that's right. Brown. Wasn't he the
Folsom.
kid from Folsom?
Yeah. Don't hit on the local kid, Browning.
If I didn't coach him, I ate on him.
12-team PPR. I have Cook and Jalen Warren at running back. I want to trade Devontae and Garrett Wilson for Amon-Ra St. Brown. What else are you getting back? I love Amon-Ra, but Garrett Wilson, even with, his quarterback situation, still putting up plenty of points. And Javonte is steady Eddie at the running back position. Like, Javonte's better than Jalen Warren and Cook.
God, if I say what I want to say, you're going to say, yeah, but you got him. You got him.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown is a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy.
See, these are hard for me because I have Hill, St. Brown, Olave, DJ, God. But I think Mike's right. Garrett Wilson just doesn't do nothing for me, but he's all they got.
And he puts up,
and Conklin are all
15 to 20 a week.
Yeah.
Even with the crappy quarterback play.
But St. Brown's putting up 20 to 30 a week.
Yeah, but you're also getting rid of Javonte, who's putting up 15 to 20 a week.
Yeah, well, you got Warren and Cook, and maybe they'll start using Cook the way they should, like they did partially last game.
I mean, go with your gut on this one.
It's a big if. I like St. Brown.
I think St. Brown's one of the best.
The trade is like you don't gain that.
If you got someone else, have them throw in a kicker and like a running back kicker in there, I'd probably be more lenient to it. Trading both of those guys just for St. Brown makes it a little bit harder for me because you're weakening your running back position. So, go with your gut. That's all I can tell you. Hey, fellas, got a 3-part question. Part 1, start Mahomes or Dak? Ooh, I'm going Dak. Dak against the Panthers or Mahomes against the Eagles? I'm going Dak.
Yeah, that's easy.
2 QBs, 2 tight ends, 3 flex league. Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Kamara, JT, Etienne, Khalil Herbert, Amon-Ra St. Brown, AJ Brown, Chase, Waddle, Dell, Sutton, Taysom. I'm 4 and 6. What moves can I do? Oh, there's a lot of moves you can do with this lineup. You might look at taking like Etienne and trying to move him, or a Kamara and JT and try to get yourself a better quarterback. Go see who has, one of those guys, because then you have Amon-Ra, AJ, Chase. Maybe take Chase and throw him in a deal to try to get an elite quarterback. I like Purdy. I like Trevor Lawrence, but if you can go get an Allen or a Jalen Hurts or someone who gets you those dual threat points, I would do it.
4 and 6.
That's rough with that lineup.
Actually, with a 4 and 6 with your lineup, people are going to be looking to pick you clean.
Yeah.
So be careful on that. I mean, what can you do to? Let's see. If you're starting, you got Brown and AJ. That's good basis for your receivers.
Yeah.
You got Kincaid.
Waddle, Dell. Man, that's such a good lineup.
Maybe you can get something for Chase, something for Sutton,
or Waddle.
Who's MT? Who am I thinking?
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas. Oh, you're not going to get anything from Michael Thomas this time.
But you could probably use one of Kamara, JT, Etienne. You can use one of those 3. You could use Chase, Waddle, or Sutton. One of those 3.
For a package deal to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even one of your tight ends.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got 2 tight ends there.
You got 3. He's got 3. He's got Taysom, Thomas, and Kincaid. So I like the matchup play there. Taysom's always good to play. Kincaid's about as steady Eddie's you're going to get at tight end right now. I would use one of your running back / a couple of your wide receivers to try to upgrade your quarterback. That's what I would do.
That's the best you can do, and
he did have Burrow, but that happens.
Yeah, that hurt.
And that's why I would use a couple of those guys to try to upgrade that quarterback.
Yeah,
and
because
see if he can do it.
like if you were in a chess game right now, you would need to make a dramatic move to break out. Because at 4-6, it's win or go home for you coming up. So I'd do something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Team Money asks, should I roll the dice with Chase or try to trade him away? I would look if you can get something for Chase that will help your team, I would do it. Especially if it's a dynasty or a keeper league, you keep Chase. If it's a redraft league, you make the deal off of him this year. At the end of the day, he's an alpha receiver. He is an alpha receiver. The problem is you don't know what you're going to get out of the quarterback.
Right.
He could turn it into just Garrett Wilson, who will get you 15 a week.
I mean, you can fish him around and see if you can upgrade.
Yeah.
If you can't do better than him, then don't. Not just to do it, you know.
Hunter Bennett comes in and says, trade Chase and Javonte for Eckler? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah.
Eckler is a top fantasy scorer in this league. If you can parlay Chase and even Javonte into Eckler, I would do it.
Yeah. A bad week for Eckler's 20 points.
Yep. As Thomas said, smash that like button, please. That helps the algorithm. All right. So we jump straight into questions. We haven't even gone through the studs and duds from last week.
Hey.
Yep. So let's quickly run through while we're waiting for more to come in. Studs, quarterbacks, Prescott, Herbert, and Howe. Purdy, Dobbs, and Smith were the honorable mentions. Running backs, we had Robinson, Gibbs, and Singletary. Single digits, as you like to call him. Honorable mentions, we had Eckler, Javonte, and McCaffrey. Wide receivers, we have Allen, Lamb, and Cooks. Lamb seems to be always there right now.
Boy, right now he's the guy.
Yeah. Honorable mention, St. Brown, Evans, and Noah Brown, who has been coming on big the last couple of weeks.
He's been like the guy everybody thinks, Collins or Dell's going to go in and score. And
I would do that straight up.
Oh, yeah.
T-Money. If you can get St. Brown for Chase right now, I would do it straight up.
Sure.
Same like on a level, they are the same from a fantasy perspective. The difference is Chase always had other guys with him, where St. Brown was like the receiving threat in Detroit. And now you're looking at the quarterbacks. It's Goff versus Jake Browning. I'm taking that all day.
Yeah, and Detroit's got a really good running game, so that helps loosen it up.
And I would do this trade across the board, even if it was a dynasty or a keeper league.
Yeah.
In any format, I'm making the Chase for St. Brown trade because they're equal.
Yeah.
Tight ends, we have Hawkinson, McBride, and Kittle. Honorable mentions, Kincaid, Conklin, and Ferguson. Duds. Quarterback, Lawrence, Carr, and Minshew. Pickett, Levis, and Jones. Mac Jones. Gotta love him. We got a super chat. Thank you so much, Zach. We appreciate the super chat. Trade Justin Fields, Kincaid for Kels. Thoughts?
Well, it depends.
I like
who you got. Who's your other quarterback?
Yep. Like if you have another quarterback that in Fields is more of your backup, I would trade Kincaid and Fields for Kelsey. I absolutely would.
Yeah, at this point in the season, Kelsey could help you win your league.
Yep. Okay, got another one that just came in. Starting Javonte in my RB2 slot over Aaron Jones. Already playing Diggs and Ayuk. Do I flex Jones or Dell? Half PPR. Dell is going against the Cardinals. Jones is going against the Chargers. Oh my God. Both defenses are Swiss cheese.
Yeah. And Dell is one of three guys they're throwing to.
Yep, I'm probably going Aaron Jones.
So there's Collins, Brown, and Dell.
I'm probably going Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Jones is going to get more of the one-on-one type stuff, and God knows the Chargers can be scored on.
Yep. But thank you so much, Zach, for the super chat. And yeah, I would definitely go. I would do that deal if it was me. Because you could always go out and find a backup quarterback on the free agent market that'll give you. We don't know what Justin Fields is going to look like after his time off.
Right. That's why I keep asking which one we're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it really comes down to that too.
I mean, he was throwing well before he got hurt, and
yeah, he was okay.
It's just a thumb.
Yeah, just a thumb
on
your throwing hand. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That only grips the ball. That's all.
That's
you know.
all.
Running backs, duds: Henry, Madison, Pollard, Hubbard, Etienne, and Barkley. It was a rough week last week for running backs.
Oh yeah.
Okay, got another one that's coming in. Start 2: Brian Robinson, Montgomery, Aaron Jones, and Kenneth Walker.
Let's see. Walker's going against the Rams. Jones against the Chargers. Monty's against Chicago. Oh, that's a revenge game. If I'm starting 2, I'm starting Robinson and Montgomery. Even though Aaron Jones is, like you said, got that Swiss cheese defense he's going against, I think.
What does K9 have this week?
He's got
the Rams.
The Rams. You got the Rams.
I'm probably with you. I'm probably going Robinson and Montgomery. I love Kenneth Walker there and then in this setup, but yeah, I'm probably going Robinson because Robinson's going against the Giants,
right?
And Montgomery is a touchdown vulture.
Yeah, yeah.
Do I trade DJ Moore for Mike Evans? Woo, yes, I'm doing that. Only because Mike Evans is more steady than DJ Moore.
Yeah, under those circumstances, yeah. Mike Evans, nothing's changed for him. DJ, we're not really sure about Fields.
Yeah. So if I had to trade, if I was going to trade DJ, I would want to trade him for someone like Mike Evans. He's on par. I think that's a good deal for you.
Yeah.
Then Walker, Aaron Jones, Thielen, or Kirk at flex. Ooh.
I don't think
I'm going Thielen at flex. I have a hard time taking that guy out of my lineup.
Yeah, but he's playing. Isn't he playing like Dallas? Wait a minute, no, he's not. That's Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Carolina's got somebody tough. Dallas.
Carolina's. Oh.
Yeah, I'm setting Thielen on that one. I'm going. Well, if he's got a flex, you can flex Aaron Jones. I would flex Aaron Jones.
You flex him over Walker?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that Walker's going to get as much time on the field, against the Rams. If they're playing halfway decent and moving the ball, they're gonna own the clock.
Okay. I'm down with that.
And Aaron Jones as a flex, I mean, God,
you can't go wrong
he's
here.
He's a running back one.
With these options, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, they're all number ones at their position.
Yeah,
on their teams. So
outside of Kirk,
in a flex,
outside of Kirk's number 2, but he's the better of he's the more consistent of the 3 receivers they have there.
Yeah.
So it's preference at this point. How you would go Aaron Jones? I would still probably go Thielen because they're gonna have to throw the ball. They're gonna get down quick and they're gonna have to throw the ball. Here's another one. Start 2, half PPR: Hollywood Brown, Amari Cooper, Courtland Sutton, or Rashid White.
Well, I like Rashad. They've been using
more Niners.
A lot of dinks and dunks though. And they're not, let's see. Hollywood's got a new, Kyler back.
Yeah. Amari has rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yeah.
Sutton. I'm probably hard.
You almost want to go Brown and Sutton. Just because of the quarterback situation.
Yeah. I love Rashard White. The problem with Rashard White is he's got the 49ers defense that looked really, really good and shut down Etienne.
Oh, I mentioned him this week.
Yeah.
I'm putting in Robinson.
I'm probably going Hollywood and Sutton on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dorian Thompson-Robinson looks like, so it's hard to play Cooper.
Yeah,
and if they had PJ Walker in, I probably would have went Cooper.
At least you know what you're getting.
Yep. Asked this earlier about getting a trade for Josh Allen. I'm 5-5. Use Burrow this week, and Allen still has his bye, so I'd only get to use him for 2 weeks. Is it worth trading away CD?
Who's your other quarterback?
I think it's Jordan Love, if I remember.
Man, I can't see trading away CD. That's a lot of points whoever your quarterback is.
Do you have a shot at the playoffs?
Allen's going to give him a little bit more.
Yeah.
But CD is going to give you, boom,
It depends if you have it depends if you have a shot at the playoffs. If you have a shot at the playoffs, you'll have Allen for more than 2 weeks. If you don't have a shot at the playoffs and you're pretty much done, then you don't make that trade.
Right.
Because you're banking on Allen, in the Super Bowl, Allen's gonna be playing the Patriots. So it really comes down, and I'm with Howie on this one. As much as I'm a Josh Allen homer, I love him. He's on my team. It comes down to what do you have at quarterback? Do you have a serviceable backup? If you don't, you make the deal. If it's Jordan Love, I make the deal for Allen, even only having him 2 or 3 weeks. That's just me.
Yeah. Now, if you've got Howell, keep Howell because he's scoring you fantasy points.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds nuts to keep a guy like Howell over
getting
Allen,
a Josh Allen,
but
from a fantasy perspective, this is what it is.
That's what fantasy does. Makes you crazy.
Flex help: Jalen Warren or Calvin Ridley. Warren has a tough matchup against Cleveland, but Ridley has just been bad. That's a bad choice between players.
I gotta go with Warren.
I'd probably
go with Warren. He's gonna get used more. Calvin sometimes tends to disappear
so often. Trying to see who Calvin's playing.
And then see, Jacksonville's got Tennessee, and Jalen's got Cleveland. Remember we were worried about Jalen against Cleveland on just running.
Yeah,
but he's going to be. They're going to toss to him.
I would probably go. I feel more comfortable with Warren over Ridley. Ridley's just flat out no shows at times in games.
And he hasn't had, even when he shows up, he hasn't had a killer game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's flex. So if you can get 10, 12 points out of Warren, you'll be doing good.
Evan says he has Jordan Love as his backup. He does have a shot at the playoffs, but he needs to win the last 2 games. Listen, you have the Jets and then you have the Eagles with Josh Allen over the next 2 games. What's out on the waiver wire? Can you get a better backup than Jordan Love? If you can, keep CD. If you don't have a better option, then you're kind of stuck, and if you got to go for it, grab Josh Allen. You have to bite the bullet and go for it because you won't win with Jordan Love. At least you could, you have to at least take the shot with Allen if you can't get a better quarterback than Jordan Love at the end.
Yeah, because
that's just my take.
You get Allen for 3 more weeks anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Plus his bye. So if you get 2 wins out of that and a bye, and then go and make it to the playoffs. If you make it into the playoffs with Allen,
I would take Baker over Jordan Love right now.
Yeah. And
you know what? I might just run Baker and CD together rather than trade for Josh Allen.
Right. If you can get, Baker's a definite upgrade at Love. And then Allen isn't that, above Baker. On a good day. On a great day.
He's not the difference between the points you're going to lose with CD versus the points you're going to gain with Josh Allen over what you would have with Baker.
Right.
So let's look. For this week alone, Josh Allen sits at 5. Where does Baker sit? Baker sits at 20. But he's playing San Francisco this week, so it's not a great matchup for him.
Yeah.
Overall, I think Baker's actually done pretty well this year.
He stays in there. He does. He doesn't seem like he's the old pouty Baker. Like, I'm not getting my way type of shit,
No.
When he first came out, it was all commercials and look at me, and now it seems like he's got back within himself and he's just like, I'm just going to be a quarterback now.
Yeah, I would definitely take Baker over Love, and then I would probably take Baker and keep CD. As much as it kills me because I'm a Josh Allen, homer, and I love him. He's my quarterback for all my fantasy teams. And even when he plays bad, he still gets me 20 plus a week, And then when he plays great, you get the 40 and 50s. So,
But CD's the man right now. I mean,
so it's hard to get off of CD,
Yeah. So you need something really good.
Yeah. So, all right. Here for the memes. You guys play Dynasty at all? I do play Dynasty.
We do.
Was looking to upgrade my team for a win now push. I have Dak, Najee, Tyreek, I'm gonna say Brown, Wilson, Kittle, Brian Robinson, Mostert. Was gonna trade a 24 first in James for Eckler. Thoughts? If you're going for a win now, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you're going
and for next year.
Yeah, for the next 2 years, Eckler's gonna still be at this elite level.
He's still going to be a number one pick for the next couple of years.
Absolutely.
Oh, in a heartbeat, I'd do that. I mean,
not only that, but you'll be if you are in the hunt, your first is gonna be a late first.
Yeah.
You know, I would absolutely take it. I would trade a 21 first and James Conner for Eckler.
Yeah,
that would be beautiful.
That's a no-brainer. Hopefully, the guy that's
7-3
from is not watching this.
Yeah, and you know, he is going up against a couple juggernaut teams. Dude, take the deal. Do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Run to make that trade. It gives you a shot at this year, and you now have one of the top running backs for the next 2 years before you start to really probably see any kind of follow.
That sets your keeper list when you have him.
Yeah.
I've had him since he was
dynasties. Everyone's a keeper. You're only drafting rookies.
Wow. Oh God, yeah.
Like our league, Howie, is more of a keeper league. We pick 5 and then you go.
Right.
Dynasties, you keep everyone on your team, and then every year you only draft rookies.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, that's a. You take that now, and as soon as you can start pushing buttons, you take him now before the guy comes to his senses.
Yep. Yeah. But maybe the guy who has Eckler is trying to rebuild his team, and that's Dynasty is a different type of strategy. So if you have a bad team, you have Eckler, you want to get something good for him, you know. Yeah, I would do it. Oh God, that'd be awesome. Do I trade Connors for Nico?
Why not? Well, it depends. It depends on your running back situation. Because Nico's is scoring a lot of points,
but Nico's
he's often hurt. Yeah, but all 3 of those receivers are scoring 10 to 12 points apiece.
Yeah,
I mean it's spread out between the 3 of them, but it's not messed up like it is in Kansas City where they got 5 receivers and you don't know who they're going to throw to.
Yeah,
in Houston they're going to throw to all 3 of those guys.
Yeah,
if they're in the game, they're throwing to him. I mean that kid. Stroud, he is just something else. He doesn't play.
He's playing great right now.
He's the hot hand.
Yeah.
Yes, it is my.
As long as it doesn't kill you within your running backs, and you have someone who's equal to Connors, then I would.
Connor just came back, and what's he done?
Yeah, but I'm saying if you don't have someone else that's equal to him in your running back room as a backup. Because the one thing about receivers is you can always there's more good receivers out there than there are running backs.
There are.
So, getting off of Connors in theory sounds fantastic. But if you don't have someone who's equal to him, then you're just hurting your running back depth. So if you have somebody, then I would make the deal. If you don't, keep Connor. Would you drop Quentin Johnson to pick up? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Or Jordan Love. If were you the one that had Love? If you were the one that had Love, I'd drop Jordan Love. Either one. Like, I am not a big Q guy, although he's starting to show a little bit more promise. I need to see more from him. But yeah, I would go out and grab Baker right now. Quentin Johnson's not going to be someone that kills you. The only way you would want to keep Quentin is if you were in a dynasty league because he's young.
Or if you knew Keenan was hurt.
Yeah, but no, I'm just like from a dynasty league, you want to keep those young guys.
Dynasty, yeah.
Yeah, you want to keep those young guys. The only way I'm keeping Quentin there is if it's a dynasty league. Otherwise, I'm dropping Quentin and picking up Baker right now. Hunter says he's wanting me to trade Chase, Javonte, and Puka for Eckler. Should I take it? Make him throw in a backup. Puka and Chase? You're giving up a lot. I love Eckler. That's a lot of points you're giving up. Make him throw in a kicker. Someone that you're comfortable with.
See if you can get a good tight end for him.
In there,
Chase
and Puka? Whew. That's two of the top 15 wide receivers this year.
Yeah, but Chase is going to fall off that list real quick.
Maybe. We thought the same thing with Garrett Wilson, and he's still putting up 15 points a week.
Yeah.
With a worse, and I would say Zach Wilson and Jake Browning are about on the same freaking level.
That's true.
But
okay.
I would ask for something else in that deal. I'm not giving up those three for Eckler by itself. That's lopsided for him. Howie?
Yeah.
Would you do it straight up, those three for Eckler? You're depleting your wide receiver core.
Well, it depends what I got left, I guess, is what I would say. Because Eckler for Javonte is straight ahead. And if you've got a couple other decent receivers in your pocket, then it's not a bad trade.
I have to go try to find what.
I mean, they don't have to be great, but if they're serviceable, Chase is going to drop off probably 15%, and Puka, with everybody healthy on that team, Puka's still getting his catches. But you got Tutu and you got Kupp and you got Puka. Henderson catches balls now. They use their tight end a little bit more. It would depend on what else you got. What do you got in the cupboard?
Okay. If he wants more, how much more could I escape with? Oh, this goes back to the 2021 first and Connors. I might be willing, depending on, because you have a really good team, you have a good setup. With all these guys, I would see if you take your second next year too. First and second next year. They're both bottom rounds. Eckler is going to push you over the top, and you're going to have him next year.
Give him a 1 and a 4.
Or a 1 and a 3.
Something like that. I wouldn't go 1-2.
It's just rookies.
I've done things like that before.
Yeah, but it's with our league, that's different. With their league, you're just drafting pretty much rookies. Rookies and the leftovers, because they usually, most dynasty leagues where you keep, 15 of your 17 guys that you have on your roster. So you're basically taking your rookies only, and then randomly you're grabbing a guy, a second or third year guy who hasn't panned out. So see if he'll go 1 and 3 for him. Yeah. If you need to add more.
Don't open with 1-2.
Yeah. I would open Connor in a 2024 1. If he says no, he wants more, say, okay, I'll give you a 1 and a 3 in Connor. And if he says 1-2, I would do 24-1 and 25-2.
Yeah. I've done that before. I give two ones back-to-back years.
Mm-hmm.
I did that to get
Thoughts on Waddle for the rest of the season, Howie?
I think he's going to do as well as he's been all year. I mean,
he's one of the high-end wide receiver twos.
Yeah,
the high-end wide receiver two.
The return of Achane will take a little bit away from everybody, but not that much.
Mm-hmm.
And you take Waddle out of the mix, Tyreek's got a tough road to hoe.
Yeah.
So I think Waddle's still, I think he's still very, very viable. I mean, unless you could really get something better for him. I mean, it would have to be markedly better. Otherwise, you're just making a trade to make a trade. And a lot of guys do that this time of year. You know?
I'm with you on that one. I like that one. I do. I have a feeling Waddle's going to be a steady Eddie as a high-end wide receiver too. Devonta Smith or Christian Kirk this week? I'm probably going Christian Kirk this week. The Eagles the Chiefs have a really good defense.
Yeah, and Tennessee's good against the run, but not quite as good against
the pass. I'm probably going Christian Kirk this week.
Yeah.
I mean, Devonta Smith's fun, and it'll make watching that game even funner if you have him in. But from a fantasy perspective, I'm probably on Christian Kirk. He's just steady Eddie too with the Jacks. He always gets you your points, and then every once in a while he just breaks that one that you need.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm not looking at a ton of points being scored in that game.
Yeah.
Eagles can say it. You know, you think, ooh, these guys playing, there's going to be a lot of points, but I don't know about that.
Okay. Waddle or Pittman this week?
The Colts are playing. Where are they?
Oh, the Colts on a bye this week?
Where's Indy?
Colts on a bye this week.
Yeah, they are. So Waddle.
Yep.
Waddle's pretty simple. At least for
Yes,
this
it
week.
is. Yep. Going forward, if you're asking for the rest, for the rest of the season, would you go Pittman or would you go Waddle? Pittman's the wide receiver 1 there. Waddle plays second fiddle to Tyreek. Although I like Miami's schedule down the stretch.
And you got Tua throwing to Waddle and Minshew throwing to Pittman.
Yeah. I'm probably going Waddle.
I'm sticking with Waddle.
I'm probably going Waddle the rest of the season. You know, I like him better.
Yeah.
I like his upside. All right, Howie. So we had some key matchups. We're already over an hour. Quickly, we'll go through 2 games. We'll go through Giants Commanders and we'll go through the Eagles Chiefs. So we'll start with the Giants Commanders. This is a shout out to Grandpa Hal.
Yeah. I think DeVito's starting. I think I heard him say DeVito's starting still. So it's basically Saquon against the Redskins.
It's the New York Fighting Saquons versus
Well,
Washington Commanders.
I mean, let's see the problem. They got Darius Slayton and Bellinger,
and Hyatt.
But the problem is,
they have a quarterback who can't throw.
Scoring, he's throwing like 80 yards a game.
Yeah,
that's a little tough. I mean, for that's a lot to chop up between receivers. So
I benched Saquon this week until he has a better matchup.
Yeah, because boy, if they try to just run him the whole time, they might lose him for the season.
Well, not only that, but you have one of the best defensive lines in football on the other side.
Right.
And the one thing you can do is you can throw against the Commanders. You can't run against them.
Yeah. And Washington's got a lot of scorers in this game. They got Howell, they got Robinson, McLaurin, Dotson, Logan Thomas, Washington's D.
And that's not talking about, Antonio and Brian Robinson.
Now Gibson, I believe is a little banged up. He's hurt.
Is he? Okay. I thought I saw him catch a touchdown last week.
Well, he probably did, but this week I think he's hurt.
Okay.
Washington's 4-6. This is a pride game, basically. Giants are 2-8, but one of their wins is Washington. And I don't want to say anything bad about the Giants because it always comes back to bite me in the ass. So go Giants.
All right. The other game is Eagles at Chiefs. This one is loaded with fantasy stars.
Loaded.
On the Eagles side, obviously you have AJ and Devonta. Dallas Goedert's hurt, correct? He's out because he fractured his forearm, right? He's not playing through it.
Goedert's out, yeah.
Yep. So Swift and Gainwell and Hurts. Am I missing anybody else on that list?
Boston Scott a little bit.
Okay.
But no telling who's going to be the prime guy in that game. Probably if anybody shines, it'll be AJ.
Okay.
He's big, he's tall, he's strong.
Mm-hmm.
As good as Kansas City's defense is, that's always tough to fight against.
Okay.
And then let's see, Kansas City, Pacheco is and Philly has a really good run defense. So you got Mahomes, Kelsey, Rashee Rice, maybe McKinnon this week if they focus on Pacheco.
I don't know how much Pacheco's going to play because I was listening to the New Heights podcast, and when Kelsey talked about it, he talked about Clyde Edwards-Helaire and McKinnon. He didn't talk about Pacheco at all.
Well, McKinnon catches the ball, so
yeah,
he might be the guy that they go to on that one. Every now and then he has a breakout type of game, when he's the only one to throw to.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be that's gonna be a tough
And
game.
MVS and Sky Moore are the decoys for the deep threats.
Yeah.
It's really going to come down to what Kelsey and Racey Rice do for them, and if they can move the ball.
I want to see if Kansas City tries to pull that. You know that move they did in the Super Bowl a couple times with Sky Moore, where everybody went one way and Sky Moore was all alone.
Yep.
I mean, I would not bet bet against them trying that play again. Just just to snooker them.
Yep.
But tough game.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's a good Monday night game to watch.
Yeah. I'm definitely watching the Peyton and Eli version this week. Hopefully it isn't the same kind of ending as last week. Where
listen, hey, pipe down, you.
This was Peyton's reaction at the last game.
Yeah, I know. I watched it.
Everybody's eyes lit up and then went, "Oh no!"
I watched it. I know.
I didn't call you till yesterday.
Yeah, smart. I was not happy. All right, so let's jump into Howie's hot pepper challenge. Last week you had Allen for 40 yards and a touchdown. He failed. You don't got to eat it right this second because I want to get your X factor before we move into it. So what's your hot pepper this week?
Okay, I'll do you guys a favor and stay away.
Stay away from the Bills, you jackass.
I'm going to say Saquon is going to get 75 scrimmage yards.
All right.
And a touchdown.
That's a good day with no passing attack.
That seems like a safe day, But there's no such thing as a safe pick in the chili pepper challenge.
Yep. All right.
It's always a loser.
All right. So X factor. Last week you had Pollard. I had Kamara. Pollard did nothing for you. Zilch.
Nope.
He failed you again, which pushes me to a 3-point lead.
Jeez. Okay.
So what do you got this week for your X factor?
Brian Robinson.
That was quick. You're going Brian Robinson.
Snap call. He's going to get his first angry run trophy this week too.
He's lost 3 times this year already.
I know he has, and he's bitching about it. Now's the time if he's going to do it at all.
Okay. Okay, so I'm looking here, trying to figure out who I want to grab. Who's the pretty matchup for me? You know what? I'm gonna go with. None of these look great. None of the matchups are great this week, are they? Yikes!
There's not a lot of good matchups. Let's see.
You know what? I'm gonna go David Montgomery in a revenge game against the Bears.
There you go.
Although I have Jahmyr Gibbs and I want McGibbs to get all the points, I'm going Montgomery.
There you go. So that reverse psychology, maybe Gibbs will just trounce him, and so what if you lose a point, right?
Yep. Yep. All right, so let's eat that pepper. Eat that pepper.
God, I don't have anything, no backups today or nothing.
Oh, here we go. So with Howie eating that pepper is he loves it. He grows his own peppers out in his garden, and this year they are hot.
Hey, where was Barb this week?
What'd you say?
Our new fan, Barb. Where was she?
Beth.
That's why
I'm not sure.
That's why she's not here.
Yep. Yep. So okay, with Howie eating that pepper. Enjoy football this week, guys. Howie and I will be back on Saturday at 2:00 for another round of Sit Start. For Howie, I'm Mikey. We appreciate you guys, and we are out.
See ya.